Welcome to Love and Then What? Love and Then What? With your hosts,
Justin Judge and Jermaine Ferguson C.
So we want to thank everyone first. We want to thank everyone that's been watching. Secondly, we want to thank all of those people who have helped us get to this point. Just to name a few, we couldn't be here without the camera the first couple episodes.
Yeah, you got that right.
And our video editor the first couple episodes, which is Chris Salo. So I wanted to say thank you to Chris Salo. We would not be here without you. Thank you. Without this person, this also wouldn't be possible. Rob Barnaby. This is his studio, INR Studios. When I first came to him with this idea of starting a podcast, there was no podcast in the studio yet. And we started this, we molded the idea, we created this whole studio. This used to just be a dingy-ass couch sitting here with a bunch of hippie posters all over the place. It wasn't anything. So
Real shit.
So this was all, I kind of dreamed up the idea of a podcast, and me and him brought it to life together. Without him and INR Studios, this would never be possible. He may have left the show, but the show would not have existed without him.
Exactly.
Somebody else who helps almost every single episode. I don't know if we give her enough thanks. Not only does she help me at home with the sex, but she helps me. She comes here. She watches Cash.
Mm-hmm.
She helps me mentally deal with all the things that go into this. Editing, everything that I have to do with this, she's always there. She's my biggest fan. She's our biggest fan. She watches, the show constantly. She's always promoting it with her own friends. Ashley, my girlfriend, this would not be possible without you. She's, I would say, the closest thing to our PA, our production assistant that we have.
Yes, that does.
She works, she's a nurse. She works night shift. She works every other weekend. She goes to school full time, and she just doesn't have time to have a life. And luckily, I found her, and she's been such an integral part of this and my life that we wouldn't be here today without her. So thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.
Another person is all the guests that we've had on. People just coming on and telling their story. They want to let us know, this is how I found love, or this is how I fell out of love, or how love has been an integral part of their life.
I'm about to say, I can't help you with that word.
Integral part of their life. We've had a priest on, he didn't necessarily talk about love in a traditional sense. He talked about, love with God. We want to hear from all those people about, we've had Conquest on who talked about his love of music and producing and all those things. So, love isn't just one thing. And all those people that have come on and shared with us, we wanted to thank you. We would not be here today if it was not for you. Another person I want to thank, Tremaine.
You want to thank me?
I want to thank Tremaine. So, in the beginning, it was me and Robbie, like we already talked about. And if you've watched the show, it was me and Robbie. And Tremaine came on here 2 times. And at the same time, I think the second time you came on, Robbie was getting ready to leave because he had a new kid, and it was and he's working construction, and then he's also, running the studio, and he just didn't have the time. And you stepped in, and I think we've meshed pretty well together. Definitely. Me and Robbie were friends for 20-something years, but you were the yin to my yang. You question things with my bullshit.
Yes.
And I question you on your bullshit too. So I think it went pretty well there. Even before the podcast, I talked about it on the first episode, and I probably brought it up a few times. After my divorce, I was very, very suicidal, and, I thought about killing myself constantly. And I wouldn't even be alive today, let alone have a podcast today, if it weren't for my mother, my sister, my cousin. Robbie was a huge part. He was there with his wife. I went and I talked to his wife, and I went over there one day, and I just cried for like 3 hours straight with her and their baby. And I just sat there. We ate Chinese food, and we watched a movie, and I just cried. And she's like, you can just sit there and cry. It's not a big deal. And I just sat there and cried and cried. So without them, I'm not selling anybody short. My dad was there for me too. He's watching my dog right now, so I couldn't do this without him. But there's a lot of people and I don't want to miss anyone out, or, not say anyone's name. Everyone in my life was a huge part of why I'm still here. And I wanted to thank everyone for that reason, and that is the only reason this podcast exists, is because I'm still alive because of those people. So thank you. Tremaine, is there anyone that you want to thank?
I got a couple people I would like to thank, but I'm not in the whole explaining much of why I'm going to thank them. But they know exactly why I'm thanking them for their own personal reasons. But I'm not going to say. Matter of fact, I want to say everybody. Okay, you're not going to know a lot of these people, obviously, but this lady named Vanessa. I want to thank her for a reason of like pushing me, if that makes sense. Of don't giving up on my dreams. Same thing with music, with podcasts. She also blessed me with a beautiful dog, Lula.
Do you want to show her off to the camera real fast?
I would, but
she's asleep.
sleeping.
The coolest puppy that's ever existed, by the way.
That's
I love. Everybody knows Cash, and Cash is amazing. But you've seen Cash destroy this whole world. This dog has been nothing but asleep the whole time.
Yes, she's good. She sits by my side. She cares for me. She does everything that I need, and I do that basically the same thing for her. But I'm thanking Vanessa for that reason. Then I can thank the Love family. I really don't want to sit in depth of saying every one of them names, but 6 of them, and all their girlfriends, their kids, for giving me that opportunity to know that that I can be something. Yeah, we joke around, we have fun with all that bullshit, but when it comes down to being real and all that bullshit, we get to a point that we can talk, and express each other. Because before when we was younger, I'm talking about younger as like 21 to like 24 or 25, and we'd be being more ignorant to each other on the low tip more than anything. You feel me? So now we in our 30s. You feel me? And we got kids and everything like that, and it's crazy how everything's changed because we now on that like adult mindset, you feel me? And we respect each other, you feel me? We always respected each other, but we respect each other on a different level now. So, but at the end of the day, with me being like homeless, not having nowhere to stay, not having nothing to eat, back in the day, they were the ones that was helping me have somewhere to stay, something to eat, et cetera, et cetera. And even though I keep putting myself down, they always put me back up, you feel me? And it made me remember who I am. And that's why I'm going to thank them. I can obviously thank my mom and brother. And what I mean by my brother, I mean my little brother, Chris, and my mom, and my son, because them the main people that never gave up on me ever in my life. So that's one of the biggest things that I can definitely give. Without them, I wouldn't even have a reason to be here in my mindset. But anyway, they are here, so I am here. So I also want to thank Mr. Judge, because he didn't have to use me to be the co-host, you feel me? So, and I was actually surprised that he actually used me, because I'm a dickhead. So I don't know how else to explain it, but it's not like I'm just automatically one. You gotta make me one, but I say some slick shit, you feel me? So I just thought that it wouldn't click because I was a dickhead, but he's as equally as a dickhead like me, so it fucking works, you feel me? So
I'm a nice man.
Yo, you be saying some slick shit throughout these episodes. If nobody heard this shit, rerun all of them, and you're gonna see what I'm talking
Especially
about.
when I'm drinking the last episode. By the way, I was
You was fucked up.
like, I asked him like how that was Halloween like 30 times. Like, I was so drunk. I was editing. I was like, Jesus, I was slurring my words so much.
Yo, you had me geeking when I said, yo, he's fucked up.
I was real drunk. Because I took like 3 shots.
That's what I'm about to say.
I was gonna bring the shots that we had in. Half the ones that you drank are half drunk.
Oh,
So-
I didn't drink the 2, whatever.
Yeah.
Disgusting ass.
You
joints.
son of a bitch. Anyway,
Oh yeah, but thank you on the end of giving me the opportunity to jump on this bitch and have fun.
all right. Well, again, that ends the thank yous, and now we're gonna get into. All right. So if you guys are only watching this on Instagram, which I think we have more views on Instagram than YouTube, you're missing out. You're not seeing the behind the scenes. You're not catching all the highlights. You're not watching the full episodes. You have to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You have to go there. If you want to find that, you can either type in Loving Them What Podcast on YouTube in the search bar, and you'll find us, or you can go to lovingthemwhat.com, and find us there. You'll be able to see, you'll be able to get the links to our YouTubes, be able to see behind the scenes stuff. If you want to listen to us audibly, I'm going back to work on Monday, which sucks. I've been, out of the office. I'm going back on Monday, and it might be harder to watch the videos. Anywhere where you listen to your podcast, anywhere, you can find Loving Them What there just by typing in Loving Them What. Check out an episode. If you like it, listen to more. If you're just seeing these little snippets on Instagram, you're not getting the whole story.
No, you gotta watch it.
And we get fun, I get drunk, and Tremaine does eat some.
I didn't do nothing. So I don't even.
What did you eat, though? What do you eat?
What the fuck you mean what did I eat? That makes sense. What are you talking about?
Ass.
If
If they're listening to this on Instagram, they've seen you eat ass about 1,000 times.
They didn't see me eat ass. Nobody saw. I didn't put a photo of me.
They saw you
ass.
saying. They saw you saying.
I know I eat ass, but I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Okay, all right. So again, if you want to listen, go to anywhere you find it. Go to our YouTube, subscribe there. Go to the website. You can find all that stuff there. Thank you again for watching that YouTube clip. If you want others like it, remember that like and subscribe button. If you have questions for us, go to our website and you can find our email, lovingthemwhat@gmail.com. You can also see other YouTube clips, highlights, previews to other clips, and behind-the-scenes features. If you want to listen to our podcast, go to anywhere where you listen to your podcast. And you can find Loving Them What there.